Backbeat Underground, featuring Aaron Abernathy, and the track is She Don't Love Me Like I Do, and that's the single that they released, and holy smokes, guys, it's so freaking good, man.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, there's all the good feels that are happening with that thing.
And it's, like we recorded it live, as a band, and I think, I hope that comes across. It's not kind of stacked up, isolated instruments and parts.
It's everybody just together. Yeah, and Aaron singing at the same time?
I think we may have kind of dubbed him a little bit later, but he's singing along in the booth with us so we can get the feel.
Scratch vocal track or something. Yeah. Holy smokes, guys. Amazing. Well, let me give you a proper introduction here. So, on DC Music Rocks, we're shining a spotlight on the great songs, artists, and incredible people behind the DC region's local music scene. And born in the depths of subterranean groove gatherings, Backbeat Underground is a Washington, D.C. based instrumental funk group with soul jazz influences. The band delivers tight, energetic sets steeped in fresh improvisation and head-bopping, booty-shaking, yes, I've seen the shows, booty-shaking beats. So it's so good. I first came across these guys when I had Andy Cerruti from Fort Knox Recording was one of the guests on the show, and he turned me on to you guys, and I've been such a fan. So thank you for being here, guys.
Also, we got to say thank you for having us on, but also thank you for doing this, for doing the show, and putting DC and Virginia, Maryland, the DMV. Because it is an amazing scene, and I think people, especially that come from other parts of the country, they think of DC in one way, and I don't think that's accurate. And I think you know what I mean. They think that they see one version of it on TV and all the noise, but there's an amazing culture happening.
Because our art scene is somewhat underground, really. And
it's true.
Big outs,
well, we're bringing it out from underground, absolutely. Yeah. And I'm glad you guys came out from underground too with those subterranean groove gatherings we were talking about. So before I go on, introduce yourselves to the folks because they can hear you. So tell them your name and what you play with Backbeat Underground, and then tell me where Backbeat Underground came from.
This is Satya. I play sax and percussion and do a lot of the writing in Backbeat Underground.
My name is RJ, and I parumpa-tum-tum on the drums.
I'm sorry, how does that go?
Parumpa-tum-tum.
Oh, God, it's so good.
Happy holidays.
Yep, I like that. I love it. And Backbeat Underground, how did it start? Where did it come from?
At George Washington University, Foggy Bottom, they have these rehearsal rooms. I don't even know if most people, even that people that go there, know about it, but there's like a cafeteria, like the food court, looks like a mall food court in one of the buildings. And off to the side, there's these music rehearsal rooms, and they have instruments and speakers and microphones you can use. And one of our partners in the band, John, plays guitar, was going to school there. And so if you're a student, you can use it either for free or like a pretty nominal fee. So we started, there was no intent. There was just, we would kind of do like Grant Green covers and like Meters tunes and just like jam sessions that we kind of knew.
Nice.
And from there we kind of thought, oh, well, there's kind of a sound. We kind of thought of ourselves as those crate digging DJs who find those break beats and kind of like go through, like down the street here, there's the CD seller. They try to find like those hidden sort of drum funky breaks. Yeah. We kind of thought of ourselves like a live version of that. Like, what if that was like a live band that was doing it, but not the original band that was doing it? Anyway, and I guess the name sort of came out of that because these rooms are literally underground. Like you wouldn't know they're there. No one can hear them. They're kind of like in the dark. No one can hear you scream. Like that kind of thing. This like sort of weird, weird thing now.
Yeah, it just became a horror movie. No.
So I think that like so the band came out of those. I mean, it was just there was no intent. We just got together to play, and then the name was. I think the band rejected every idea I had, and at some point I just became like Switzerland. Whatever, just whatever you guys want to do. That's fine. So I think the underground kind of was like sort of a nod to that.
Underground was a nod, and then the backbeat gives to that kind of funk and soul and some of the stuff you're going on.
Yeah, I mean it's a little
hanging out on the.
It's kind of literal. I don't love the name. I'll be honest with you. But
you're engaged to it at this point.
I guess.
I was gonna say at this point you've come a long way. Which
divorce would be so expensive at this point. We got kids and everything, and I mean we stay together for the kids, the songs, and But when the kids are out of the house, I guess.
As soon as they hit 18.
You're right. Yeah, once they've gone off to college, you might entertain me.
Get a 1-bedroom in the city. Visit my songs on the weekends. Like, I don't know. That's all right.
Oh, this is so good. I
don't know. Let's get weird.
What's the so good. What's your DC region connection then? You started at Foggy Bottom. Is everybody from here, or what's the connection to this region?
Well, I'm from Sterling, born and raised in Island
RJ.
County. Oh yeah, RJ. Yeah. Sorry, I'm from Sterling. Shout out to Parkview High School. Patriot pride.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's where I'm from. I currently live in Arlington, and all of us currently live in or near. We're all in Arlington right now, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So.
Yeah, I mean RJ's a native, and I love it because we always learn things about the city and kind of like how things have changed over time. The rest of us are from all over. 2 of us are from New York City. It's kind of all over, but.
And where are you from? Are you one of the ones from New York City?
Yeah, I'm from New York, and I've been here about 11, 12 years.
Nice.
I feel like official Washingtonian coming on WVRA.
There you go, right? Yeah, this is legit local stuff, man. You'll be absolutely. Now, you'll be on multiple local stations and podcasts and all over the local scene. I love it. Yeah. Now talk about you guys on the personal side. So outside of this whole music thing, are there hobbies? What do you do with your free time?
Well, I love live music, so I'm very grateful for this one. But then if I'm not on the stage, I try to be in front of the stage somewhere, and that takes up a lot of my time.
You're also RJ. You love museums and art installations.
Oh yeah,
right?
I forgot about that. I'm somewhat of like an
like it's kind of low key, but like
yeah.
he's kind of a slut for art.
I'm into like the DC arts, not just musically, I guess. So yeah, I'm in all the pop up exhibits, all the pop up whatevers, and I document it all.
Have you been to one recently? What's most recent when it comes to art
House
stuff?
Or something like that.
Well, yeah, I went to Arctic House not that long ago. I know coming up, I'm going to the Miracle on whatever street that is. That pop up bar, the Christmas bar.
Miracle on 7th Street.
Christmas bar.
7th bar. Yeah.
Nice.
So.
What about you, Satya?
Same. I try to be around musicians, and my friends are kind of broken up between musicians and folks in the service industry, restaurant industry. So I mean, everyone's a little bit of a foodie these days, but I hope
they sound just like that when they talk about it too.
It sounds so basic at this point. When someone says like I'm a foodie, it just sounds so basic. But like a lot of my friends work in like the wine industry, like distributors and stuff like that. So I like to think that I get kind of pedantic about music. Like, you got to listen to this. Here's why this is important. Check this out. But it's the reverse for things like that, like food and wine. I just love being around them, and they tell me, and they say, this is good. And I say, okay, it's good. I'll drink it. I don't have an opinion. I'll just absorb it.
I wish I could reach out to all those people and say, listen to DC Music Rocks so that I can tell you about the local music scene. Because that's almost the idea, right? Yeah, we're presenting this in a way that people who don't know anything about it, they could, just listen. I'll share it with you. We just follow. It's so good.
Yeah, and hopefully they're receptive.
Yeah. Now, what about, biggest success moment that comes to mind for you guys when you think on Backbeat Underground?
For me, it'd definitely be playing on at Lincoln Theater.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that was amazing. Because
when was that?
September
2016.
2016.
Yeah.
So like a little over a year ago.
It was the DC Arts Music Festival.
It was Labor Day 2016 or Labor Day weekend, kind of around that, and I totally forgot about that. Not that it's like not important. It was. I mean, it's a historic venue.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that theater, Lincoln Theater, was around during like the heyday of Black Broadway.
Yeah,
like
it was. Yeah,
it's kind of one of the few venues that are still around from the pre-riots and even before that, the Duke Ellington era.
Wow.
So it was cool just standing on that stage. The crowd was great. The sound was amazing. I think kind of a future accomplishment that I'm proud of preemptively is we're going to be playing at the Kennedy Center this upcoming
February 5th, which is going to be big too.
It's just I know you've had a lot of artists here play the Millennium Stage, but it's just a cool thing to be able to say like we played the Kennedy Center. The last thing I would say, I think it's not a single thing, but there's this event that happens every year in May for the last 4 or 5 years called Funk Parade. It takes place usually in the first or second weekend of May on U Street. And if you haven't been, they close down the whole street. And it's not just a parade. There's like hundreds, like literally 50s, hundreds of bands all over. It's kind of like South by Southwest, but just like way more colorful
for one
and
day.
like less square. And we've played it every year, and that's just like one of the every year I look forward to that because it is people bring it. People bring it. They dance. They're there all day. Even last year it rained and no one cared. Like they just were out and they love it. It's free too. So
yeah, check that one out. Now, and my favorite question to ask, if you could offer one piece of advice, what would it be?
Man, perfect your craft, whatever it is, whether it's playing drums, whether it's singing, whether it's drawing, whatever. Perfect your craft and just always be ready and open to the waves of the world, because you never know what can happen.
Yeah, man. This is Satya again. A couple years ago, I made the concerted effort to always say yes. That's that's as much as just say yes, because every opportunity will have some part of it you think, oh well, it's not quite right, or that's not the people I want to play with,
so
or that venue, like oh that's not that great of a venue, or just I mean the worst case scenario, like if you accept a gig or a jam session, is you got to play some music, and at the end of it you go on to the next thing. And I actually met RJ kind of that way. We did. It would take kind of a long time to explain the gig, but it was sort of a mutual friend, and the gig was fine. But afterwards, we were kind of packing up, and we had the room for a little bit, and we just kind of spontaneously started jamming, and we were like, well, this is great. And he made sure to, like, as we were packing up, say, seriously, if you got something, call me, because I will do it. And it was maybe a couple years later actually. That I did, but I remembered him. I remember how open he was, and just kind of his energy and spirit, and just say yes.
Yeah. And it's, man, I've caught myself doing that lately with it. Sometimes you look at it and you're like, oh, I don't really know. And shame on me because say yes, man. You got opportunities, and that's true outside of music too. If you're just at work or whatever it is that you're doing, say yes to these opportunities. Don't say no. Now, for folks who want to find out more about the cool things happening with Backbeat Underground, where's the best place they go?
The website is backbeatunderground.com, but you can search us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It's all Backbeat Underground. You'll find us.
Backbeat Underground. Very awesome. And now, if you want to be guests on this show, you got to bring good music with you, and these guys have definitely come through. I've never heard this band until you guys brought them up, and I love that we have them. So tell us what you have for us first here, guys.
This is Angels by Time is Fire.